Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura and I make mummy and pregnancy videos. I have a 14-month-old daughter, Florence, who's usually here filming with me, but luckily it's the weekend and her dad's looking after her downstairs, so I've been able to pop up and quickly film this video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about my top 10 newborn slash baby kind of to 6-month essentials. I know I have a 14-month-old, but I'm currently pregnant with baby number 2, due in December, so in about 2.5 months time, and I've been gathering things for the new baby, getting things down from the loft, washing them, etc, etc, to prepare for December, for when the new arrival's here. So we are expecting another girl, so it's going to be an absolute madhouse, because I know what I was like as a girl, I know what Florence is like. She's a bit of a diva already and she's only 14 months, so I'm going to be busy, but we're really excited. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to film and talk about my top 10 essentials, because there are things that I regret buying, there are things that I found really worked, and I found these videos really helpful. So I'm going to get into this video and hopefully you'll find this kind of style of video helpful. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more styles and me to talk about more kind of things that I regret buying or that I'm going to buy for the new baby. I can more than do that. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. And the first one I can't show you because it's too big, but it is the Chicco Next to Me bedside crib. I will leave links down below of everything if you want to have a look, but it's basically a bedside crib for when the baby's sleeping in your room. Florence slept in our room up until really recently, so it's up to you. I know they say 6 months they can go in their own room, but it's just what you feel comfortable with. And for me, being a new mum, having her by our side really made me feel reassured. She wasn't in the Chicco Next to Me all this time. She was in that till about 6 months, because she definitely grew out of it and then she went into a travel cot. But yeah, it was really handy, especially if you're breastfeeding and you just kind of want to grab them while they're waking up at 2 AM and breastfeed them. I found that really helpful. And also, compared to the other ones on the market, I really must stress this because I had other friends pregnant at the same time and they bought the Snooze Pod, and I think there's a lot more other brands available as well, but the Chicco one is a little bit bigger and it lasts a little bit longer. And especially if you're going to be using the next thing that's on my list that I found really helpful, which is the Sleephead. I've got it here, in its bag. So it's the Sleephead Deluxe Plus Pod, is what they call it. That is a lifesaver. I know it's expensive. I think it's like I think I bought ours for £110, but I really recommend buying it if you can afford it. Florence slept really well. She's always been quite a good sleeper, but she loved her Sleephead, especially at night time. I only used it at night time and not in the daytime. When she was asleep in the daytime, I'd use her Moses basket. So she would associate that with night time, and it really got her into a routine. And obviously it's up to you whether you want to routine train them and when you want to start doing that, but for us, you know, the sooner she gets to know that it's night time, the better it is for you, because you can get more sleep. So that was really handy, and I'm definitely going to be using the Sleephead for my next baby, because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I know they say the second one isn't always as good as the first one sleeping, but fingers crossed that will not be the case for us, because I'm someone that goes to bed at 9 o'clock at night and wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I need that time. So the next item I'm going to talk about, which I couldn't speak more highly of, are water wipes. I know this is really kind of like it's a small essential, and some people don't even use wipes, they just use water and cotton buds, which is great obviously, but if you're going to use wipes, I know these are a little bit more expensive. If you go on Amazon, you can buy them in big bulks and you save yourself a lot of money, but they have been amazing. I mean, Florence has, touch wood, never had a nappy rash. She's never had any problems with that. I've never had to kind of smother her in Sooty Creme or nappy rash cream or anything like that, and I really recommend these because I feel like they are the purest form of wipes. and I use them all the time. I use them to wipe her face when she's eating, or if she's got a runny nose or anything like that, and she has taken to them like a duck to water. So I really, really recommend them. Like I said, you can get them off Amazon for a lot cheaper than you can get them in Boots or any sort of supermarket, and yeah, I think they're really, really good and really good value for money, because for us, we haven't had any issues with any sort of rashes or anything like that when it comes to nappies or diapers. So yeah, that's definitely on my top list. The fourth one would be, let me just go down and grab it, is the Aveeno, I think it's Daily Care, yeah, the Daily Care Baby. I don't know if it will focus, but I'll leave a link down below. This really helped Florence with her eczema. She has dry skin. I suffered with dry skin, I still do, so I kind of expected it for her. But this really helped. I don't put it on all the time, but I put it on when her skin's a little bit dry, and it really does help to clear it up. Obviously with a newborn you want to be careful with what you're putting on them, but when they get a little bit older, you know, into the 2-3 months, we started using some moisturiser, and it really does help. And this one was, we tried so many different ones, and this one we found was the best. I mean, we've tried the Child's Farm one, and we still use the Child's Farm like shampoo and conditioner and body wash in the bath, and that's all worked really, really well. But in regards to moisturising lotion, this one really worked for us, so I highly, highly recommend. I'm just going to grab my phone because I've got my list on here. And the next one I can't show you, unfortunately, because it's actually in the loft, but it's the Angelcare Bath Support. So we've currently got a bath seat because Florence is obviously older now and she can sit up in the bath, but she doesn't actually like sitting in the bath on her own. She actually prefers her Angelcare seat, but obviously we're talking about newborn essentials here, and the bath support that we had was from Angelcare. I think it's about £16. It worked really well for us. It didn't like hurt our backs leaning over trying to bath Florence. She really enjoyed it. She really loved bath time. And I think that obviously there's tons and tons of different bath supports and baths you can get for newborns, but this one just really worked for us, and I wanted to put it on the list because I know it's something that mums to be or mums currently are looking for, and I think that that one is obviously on the list of things to get on your checklist, and yeah, it's definitely a good one. And I think we're on the 6th. We're on the 6th. The 6th one is Sleepsuits. Now, I was someone who bought so many clothes. You know, first baby, you just want to buy everything. And I totally understand that. I mean, with this one, I'm 28 weeks pregnant nearly, and I have the nursery furniture, and that is it. I have no clothes, no nothing. And I think it's because you realise that I went into labour on my due date, so I know I've got a good couple of weeks left until I give birth, if not a couple of months. So yeah, I'm not in any rush to buy things, but I bought so many clothes, so many jumpers, so many leggings, all of that, and my newborn lived in Sleepsuits. Like, it's just so easy. You change so many nappies a day, it's ridiculous. I don't think people realise. And Sleepsuits are just a godsend, and they make life so much easier for doing that. And you know, if they're sick or anything like that, it's easy to change. And I just think in that newborn phase, Sleepsuits are so much easier. And I really, really recommend the ones with the scratch mitts integrated. Obviously it's your own personal preference, what you think about scratch mitts, but Florence, our baby, used to scratch her face a lot, and there's only so many times you can clip their nails. That it's really difficult to do when they're babies, still difficult to do now, and integrated scratch mitts were really, really handy, especially when they're sleeping and you can't quite keep an eye on them all the time. The ones I really, really recommend are from Mamas and Papas. You can get them, like currently they're on sale for like £16.50 for a pack of 3, so that's really good value. Those ones were my absolute favourite. I have tons of them that I need to wash and put away for the new baby. And obviously there's different ones. I think the Jojo Mama Baby ones were really, really good. But just the thickness and the material of the Mamas and Papas ones really were very nice. So yeah, those were a definite recommend, and I'm going to be, especially having a winter baby this time round, you know, these Sleepsuits are going to be absolutely vital. So I'm really looking forward to getting all those out and washing them again, and probably getting some new ones, because you know, we need different pictures with different sleep suits in them, so yes, just don't tell my husband. The eighth favourite, eighth essential, I'm not sure what one we're on, but I think it's the eighth, is a sleeping bag. I think sleeping bags are great. I think especially if it's cold at night time, they can't kick them off. You know, they're safer than blankets. And the ones that we use and we still use are the Asda ones from George. Really, really soft, wash really, really well, and they're like £13–14 each, so can't go wrong. Obviously, a more expensive option is the White Company ones, which again are just like, I could sleep in this. And if I know that I can sleep in it, then my baby would love it. They, again, wash really well. They don't, you know, I'm going to be using these, storing these and using these for the next baby because they're still in such good condition, even though I've washed them loads of times. And they just keep your baby snug and cosy at night time. You know, a blanket's great. If that's what you want to do, then absolutely fine. We have tons and tons of blankets that we use, but we found that sleeping bags worked really, really well for us. So those are the two brands that I recommend, because I know there's like the Grow Bag Company and places like that, but I just found that these were the softest and that they washed well. And I think being a mum, you try things out all the time and you learn to know what works and what doesn't work, and these are the ones that just worked for us. So the next item on my list, which is ninth, I think, is a nappy bin. Now, I was told by so many people not to buy a nappy bin. They said it's a waste of time, waste of money, you can just put them in the bin downstairs. But for me, I don't know if it's just Florence, but she needed her nappy changed all the time. She didn't even like sitting in a wet nappy. And so we went and bought a nappy bin. I think we got it on offer. I mean, there's always offers, like Mothercare, if you're from the UK, it's always doing offers. We bought a new one for £10 the other day, like a pink one. Here I've got Florence's. Let me just grab it. Which is the Tommy Tippy Sangenic, I think that's how you say it, nappy bin. In white, and I think we bought that with the starter kit, which had like 6 refills for something like £25. So I know you do have to buy the refills, but I personally think it's worth it. It makes it so much easier rather than taking nappies out to the bin all the time. And also it means you can have them separate. So if you're in England, you can, you know, send out your nappies in a separate bag for the rubbish. And when you don't get a lot of rubbish space in England, you know, you only get like a small black bin, you need that, especially when you were going through so many nappies like we were. It was really handy, so I really, really recommend one of those. I know a lot of people don't use them, but it does make it easier, and you can leave it right by the changing table, so you don't have to leave your baby unattended. So yeah, that's kind of one of my essentials that I've got for the new baby's room already. So I'm looking forward to changing more nappies and having more rubbish. It's going to be great. Not. And the last essential that I found really useful, I don't have it with me because it's a big bouncer. So we have a manual bouncer, which is what they just sit in and you just use your foot to, you know, keep them bouncing. And the other one we had was a Baby Move electric bouncer. And I saw this on the Saucony Joni's channel when they had their third baby, I think it is. And I fell in love with it. I was like, I need to get it. I know it's expensive, but it really, really was worth it for those first few months. We put it in our kitchen. It just meant I could cook, I could get things done, I can get the washing done, and I know that my baby is safe in there. She's, you know, listening to music. She has toys above her. And Florence loved sitting in there. I mean, it doesn't last forever, don't get me wrong. And you can always sell it if you don't plan on having any more babies, which is what, you know, my husband thinks we're only having 2 babies. I go back and forth. When I'm having a good day in pregnancy, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I got this. And then, or if I'm having a good day with Florence, I'm like, I can't wait to have so many more babies. And then I have a bad day in pregnancy, or a bad day with Florence, and I'm like, why do I think of having more than 2 babies? So it comes and goes, but I don't think I'm ready to get rid of everything after this baby, because I'm not 100% sure. You know, me and my husband are only 26, so we are still very young, and I think that maybe in the future we might have more, but we shall see. So yeah, I think a bouncer's really, I know you can get different ones, but an electric one's so much easier because it does it for you, especially when you want to get bits done around the house. I mean, my husband used to come home from work and be like, what have you done all day? I'm like, I've survived. Okay, I've survived my day, and yeah, so they just sometimes don't understand. So yeah, that was my top 10 baby essentials. Please let me know yours down in the bottom bar below in case I've missed anything or I'm missing a trick for the next baby. I would love to know. And if you stuck to the end of the video, congrats, because it's a little bit longer than my other videos. So thank you very much, and I hope this has been helpful, and that it's given you a bit of inspiration if you need or are looking for any essentials that you think you might need to get or you might not want to get. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video, which will probably be my 28-week pregnancy update or a nursery tour. I'm not 100% sure which one I'm going to do first, but yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, guys, and I will see you all very soon.